Right, this is part 5 of the Bismarck build. Now I was talking in part 4 about the paint. So what I won't be doing is buying hundreds of these. Well, not hundreds, but a lot of them. So that I will be buying just normal paint, light grey and medium grey. And the other thing to do is to get this piece fitted in here. I'm not quite sure why. I don't know why they have to do that. Well, I'm not quite sure what that proves. Unless they think you're going to leave it like that and something should happen. So the first step is to get that in. And get the 3 strengtheners in. And then to get this sanded down. I've already explained about these little things on the front, whether I get them done or not. Drill out the portholes. Get them ready. Get rid of all these seams. This will be a case of a bit of sanding and a bit of wet and dry. Work out what needs to be done here. Then work anything out on the hull that is going to be needed before putting it all together. So the first job, and the other thing that, by the way, the paint, I was talking about the paint, wasn't I? You see, it's light grey and, as it says, camouflage on a short service, but a number of changes of paint scheme, the colours that are used included. So your camouflage, which I won't be using. So it's that, and then the boot topping, which I think is something that goes around the deck, and the steel decks. I've got the decks, so I can't see which of the steel decks. You can usually tell from the decks which are steel and which are not. I mean, there's the decks, but they're all wooden. Usually there would be something that would give you an indication that they're steel. Anyway, that's an Arctic and very dark grey. And ferrocite, whatever you pronounce it, grey. So, and I've actually got some of that, I think. I've got some of that here. So that's a very dark grey. And I think this might be around here somewhere. This says it is H, which is neutral grey. Now according to them, that's neutral grey there. H. I don't know, it's not, it's grey, imagine, whatever that is. So that's an anti-oxidant grey. So that's fine for that. The deck, natural teak, normally you would do it in a, I guess, deck tan. And that's this one here. But that, the problem is you can never know, you can't go by these, because the colour that they've got on these is completely different to what it looks like in reality. So this, I think, might be too light. So with a teak deck, natural teak wooden deck, obviously you can get, I've actually got a natural teak, I've got a feeling I might have some teak somewhere, but not paint. It's a varnish. It's I've got wood stain, so that's the natural teak wood stain. But obviously that wouldn't be any good for it. So what I would do is I might have a look and see if I can buy some teak effect paint. So that would paint the deck fine. Dark grey bow and stern, so that's this one here. So this is dark grey, not what they've got it as grey. I can't read that, it's so small. Grey Mazurna naval yard. What could I have a colour that is? Grey Mazura naval yard. I'm assuming that's something to do with German paint scheme. And it's not giving, you've got none of that in any of these. Why they couldn't just say dark grey, I don't know. It's what bugs me with it. It's not just Trumpeter that does it, all the kits do it. Every single kit does it. And most of them, Revell are the worst ones. I love Revell kits, but they are absolutely bad. Every single colour scheme you have to mix about 5 or 6 different paints together. So that's dark grey. So the colour scheme is light grey superstructures, medium grey hull above the waterline, reddish brown for the anti-fouling. That could do it in the, I did mix some paint up. That was the one I mixed up for the not enough there of course. That was the one I mixed for the Prince of Wales. It's not far short of the same colour, but I haven't got enough of it anyway, so no good for that. So I'll have a look into getting that for a, you can buy the you can buy it as an anti-fouling colour, you can buy the undercolour, but it's always a very bright red. It's either bright or it's too bright. So anyway, I will get some reddish brown, dark grey for the fins, and the roofs, the hangers, rangefinders, turrets, all the doors. The turrets, well, I think I've gone through all this before. You have the various schemes. So it's got the various schemes, you know, where the turrets are red. You've got the turrets, I've gone through this before, and the turrets are red, yellow. Looks good, don't get me wrong, I've seen it painted in them colours. You know, it looks okay, there's nothing wrong with it. Denmark straight, they were painted out grey. So I can see that better there, you see. So the steel decks are here. So I can see, so there's the dark grey of the steel deck. And then the grey going across there, because it didn't, you won't have the swastikas on. And the hull is, I think I've explained in another video, the camouflage is painted out. But it's not so visible. You can see it where it's been painted out. So I'll put the camouflage on. I will do this camouflage on the hull and then paint it over in grey. I might take it up the bits once they're on and paint it out, but it's not as defined on the structures as it is on the hull. So that's that. The black diagonal stripes are on, I'm not going to use them. On the hull superstructure upper deck, on the upper deck. White diagonal stripes, once again. Yeah. The yellow I won't be using because it's on the turret tops. Carmine red is on the turret tops. So then it's all a case of working out what they've decided to do with the gun barrels and various bits and bobs. So they have the gun barrels as, I can't find it, H12. They have the gun barrels painted out in black. So I'll have to check on that one. I'll have to find out what colour those gun barrels were. So this is, bear with me, so this is Denmark straight. Okay, so the gun barrels on the Denmark straight were painted out the same grey as the tops. So that's fine, I can paint them up that colour. The blast bags were the grey. So you can clearly see what the colours are there. The very light grey up here. You can't really distinguish it, but there is a very slight difference between the two greys. I'll have to decide on that. This is before Denmark, so that swastikas aren't on it. And that I was worried about the bits going across on the deck. I mean, I've said it on a previous video where I was sort of wondering why this, where the anchor chains go, doesn't have any photo etch on it. It's not even painted up, but you can clearly see it here. It's not painted up, it's the deck colour with the grey going across where the swastikas would have been. So that's fine. So to recap, no, I've lost my page now. Idiot. one day soon. So to recap, colour codes: light grey superstructures, medium grey hull above the waterline, and anthracite grey for the steward decks, boot topping. I'm not sure about the boot topping. I think the boot topping, I've got a feeling that goes around the bottom of the structures on the decks where you would want it to. Let me have a look. Hello. You alright? Talking to the mad dog. Right now. I've got the wrong one. Typical. So let's have a look. Because I reckon here are bits for the structures. So if I've got it right, I think the boot topping goes along this bottom edge. Now I know that most of this, by the way, is replaced with photo etch. A massive amount of that is replaced with photo etch. There's a lot of photo etch on that. So this is, okay, so that's a wooden deck. Plainly see that that's a wooden deck. Have a look. That is a wooden deck. If this is deck and there's nothing goes over it, here we go. So now, I don't know if you can see that very well. Let me see if I can zoom into it. Yeah, the light levels aren't spectacularly good. And just about, so you can see that now. And these better light levels, unfortunately. So this, you can just about make out the pattern on that. Not very well, unfortunately. There's no light in it. It's absolutely typical, isn't it? I was looking into systems for, you see, I can get it depends on where I'm holding it from, doesn't it? Right, there you go. So that has, you just can't zoom into it properly, unfortunately. So this has, let me see if I can zoom in better that way. When you're trying to autofocus, well, I've got all the autofocuses turned off. And that side's turned. Whoops, what was that? I've just unscrewed the front lens on the camera, nitwit. So what I've done, no, it's too close. So I got that too close. So anyway, on there, you can sometimes you can just about make out. Anyway, that's the steward decks. So I know what that is. I'll just sort that out later. Unscrewed my camera. So what I've done, it's not done anything bad. It's where the stupid thing is, where you have to zoom in. It just screws on the front of the lens. I don't think it does anything in particular. Well, it stops it's a dust cover in it. So let's get it back in place. Right, sorry. Excuse me. Right, so let's see. I can probably get a little bit closer. At least I can get it constantly zoomed in by doing it manually instead of trying to click it all the time. So that's what the colour schemes are going to be. And I'll put all that away later. So you've got all this, you've got a bit more on there, got a bit on the water, I can see. Alright, so here's another bit that's got the steel deck. So that's fine, I know how to do them. So now, we can put that away. And then there's the aircraft, by the way, which has H1, which is gold, well, not gold, which is white. Perfect, oh no, right. H302. H302. I'll have to put a bit of research into this one. So that's green. Actually, that's a good point, isn't it? Right, bear with me. It's going to take a lot, this, because I can only record 20 minutes at a time. So there's the aircraft. Unfortunately, it doesn't actually give you a colour code for the aircraft. The only downside to this book is it doesn't give you a complete colour code. But anyway, you can see that's all green and grey underneath. Now, there's a different greens. I think I have the green for the aircraft on the Prinz Eugene. And I would imagine they're the same colours, which is a mixture of olive green, dark green and black green. So it would be a mixture of those colours. I should, oh, you can see it there, actually you can see the difference in the colours, look on the lid. So I don't know about that one. I forget what I brought the olive for now. The aircraft only have two colours on. So it's those two colours of green will be for the aircraft. So that's fine, I've got that. I don't know what the olive green was for. And the bottom of the aircraft are grey. Once again, it doesn't really tell you what it is, but we'll take that as light grey. And the beauty of this is that the decals for in the MK1 kit are far better than the decals that come with this kit. In fact, it doesn't even, so it does have them on there. So they have followed the decals. Yeah, they followed it quite well actually. So they followed the decals quite well, except for this line here. That doesn't exist on there. I might have that in the... I might possibly have that in here. So no, it doesn't supply that. So that line is not supplied. So you've got the bits that go across. It hasn't got the lines, unfortunately. I won't be using them. So that's fine. They're not too bad, they look about the same. But apart from the fact that no swastikas, this is full of swastikas all over the place. This was used all through it. So that's fine. The aircraft can be done from that. So I've got the colour code for that. And then we've got the bit there. Now the camera's about to run out in a minute, so I'll just go through a few bits. Now, using this book, you see, you can see where various bits are. You can, if you're a scratch builder, I'm not a scratch builder, but if you're a scratch builder, you can absolutely go to town on this. Because some places where it's got handrails, because I've got the MK1 kit, the handrails are the same on both. They're in the kit and on the MK1. So I've got a spare handrails all the way through. Now you see, if you were doing it inside, of course, you would build on that. Don't think I'll do that though. Oh, made the dog jump.